Good morning. Welcome to the grand opening of our new Community Resource Center at South Waterloo Road. I'm Riddy Klein, and I have the honor of serving as the chair of the board for the Greater Cleveland Food Bank. We are beyond grateful that you are able to join us here today and celebrate this exciting milestone in our shared work. And we are so excited to welcome our nonprofit partners, our donors, our volunteers, our partner agencies, and our supportive community to our newly reimagined space, which will allow us to provide more food and resources to our neighbors in need. As so many of you know, for over 40 years, the Greater Cleveland Food Bank has been growing and evolving to ensure everyone in our communities has the nutritious food they need every single day. I am so impressed with what the food bank has accomplished and so proud, and I'm just going to reiterate, so proud of what we have collectively been able to do during my time on the board of the food bank and recently as chair. I also want to acknowledge my predecessor, Darnell Brown, who led this project from the very early stages. Thank you, Darnell. Without you, this wouldn't have happened. Our vision for expanded capacity and a one-stop shop community resource center began back in 2020, only 3 short years ago. And it's amazing to see the progress that has been made. Just look at this incredible space that will serve thousands of our neighbors in need. This has truly been a labor of love for so many. The food bank's partner distribution hub over on Coit Road, which opened 1 year ago, has helped us meet the growing need for hunger relief. We are already seeing the results of the expansive new distribution center. In the first year, the food bank and our 1,000 plus partners distributed more than 3 million more pounds of food than we did 1 year ago, thanks in part to this additional capacity. Together, we have also served just over 400,000 people in our 6-county service area, which is a 15% increase over last year. So phase 1 and phase 2 of our expansion project are now complete, and we are eager to get started on phase 3, which you'll hear more about in a moment. This transformational expansion project represents the most significant capital and capacity building project in our organization's history. This new community resource center will allow our community to address hunger today, tomorrow, and for a lifetime. Now I would like to recognize 2 of this project's most dedicated leaders, Howard Lewis and Manisha Sethi, members of our board and the co-chairs of our campaign leadership committee, which led the fundraising campaign for this expansion project. Howard and Manisha, we cannot thank you enough for your time and commitment to this expansion project. Can't thank you enough. We have a gift that was created by a local artist, Devon Brantley. Where's Devon? He's supposed to be close by. Oh, right there. Devon made this specially for you and the Greater Cleveland Food Bank. Devon grew up in the Cleveland area and was inspired by the food bank's Backpack for Kids program. As he said, quote, "When doing my research on the Cleveland Food Bank, I came across a project that involved backpack lunch programming. And learning about this allowed me to see the immense care that the food bank has for the community and those who are typically not seen. Learning of such a touching and warm story and program allowed me to show the same warmth and vibrancy out of the darkness that can sometimes be our reality for this painting." He created this exclusively for the food bank and would like to present it to both Manisha and Howard in recognition of everything they did for the campaign.
Thank you, Riddy. We appreciate your incredible leadership on the board of directors. Hi, everyone. I'm Manisha Sethi, and along with Howard, I serve on the Food Bank's board of directors and as a co-chair of our capacity campaign. The Food Bank's mission is to ensure that everyone in our communities has the nutritious food they need. And at our new Community Resource Center, we will work to connect people to the resources they need to be food secure. After the remarks and ribbon cutting today, I hope each of you will stroll around the Food Bank's reimagined space and learn about this facility and about more of who our partners are who can help with employment, housing, healthcare, and so much more. We have many honorary leaders who so generously helped raise the visibility of this project and supported our efforts. They include Craig Arnold of Eaton, Chris Connor of the Connor Foundation and formerly of Sherwin-Williams, Karen Dolan of our board of directors and a wonderful community leader, Chris Gorman of Key Bank, Dee and Jimmy Haslam of the Cleveland Browns, the Haslam Sports Group and Pilot Flying J, Carol Hoover of Hoover Milstein, Albert and Audrey Ratner, community leaders, and Tom Williams of Parker Hannafin. Thank you all for your belief in our mission and your commitment to helping us provide food for all. On behalf, yes. On behalf of Howard and our entire campaign leadership committee, we cannot thank you enough for your generous support and commitment to the cause. Additionally, I'd like to recognize our campaign leadership committee. Vice chairs include Nan Cohen, Reverend Jawanza Colvin, Riddy Klein, John Nestor, Joe Scaminace, and Cindy McGlosky. Committee members include Ann Aber, Carrie Carpenter, Trina Evans, Carla Gall, Karen Ganaway, Beth Grove, Ricardo Leon, Catherine Makovic, Kim Pessis, Anthony Rigo, Sean Richardson, John Sauerland, Janet Smith, Maria Spangler, Paul Voinovich, and Alyssa Walger. Thank you all so much. And now, the news so many of you have been waiting to hear. I am thrilled and so honored and so proud to announce that not only have we reached our fundraising goal of $79 million, but surpassed it and raised $80.5 million. Howard and I would like to thank everyone for their incredible generosity, and especially to our board of directors, honorary co-chairs, and campaign leadership committee for your leadership, generosity, personal giving of time and treasure, as well as guidance throughout this process. We could not be here today without each and every one of you. So now I'd like to turn it over to Howard, and he's going to share about why he cares so deeply about this project.
Thank you, Lisa. Good morning. Good morning and welcome. Thank you for being here today. I'm sure that as you come into this space, you can feel the excitement and the energy and the emotion and the enthusiasm. That's what happens when you work 4 years and come to a point of realization. However, this is not a celebration of completion. This is a launching pad and a launching point, and you're going to hear about that in just a minute. I'm Howard Lewis. I have the privilege to serve as a vice chairman on the board and also to have worked with the wonderful Manisha Sethi in leading this campaign. A lot of work, but you heard all of the people. You heard the extent of community leadership involved in this. You know about the city, the county, the state, and the federal involvement in this project. And it just goes to show that when there is a coalition between community and business and government, extraordinary things can happen. And that's what's gone on here today. Today we unveiled this beautiful new food market and this facility with 16, their names are right there, 16 other essential services available here, all aimed at dealing with poverty, the root cause of food insufficiency. We've completed the 200,000 square foot distribution center on Coit Road. Now this imagined community resource center. but this is not the finish line. This is only the beginning of what we are going to continue to do. We will be opening community resource centers just like this, not the size of this, but, and maybe not the scope of this, but we are ambitious, to be sure. And we have your name and address, and since you've done so well, I'll just tell you now, since you've done so well at raising over $80 million for this, you will be hearing from us. We will be opening community resource centers in underserved communities on our west and south sides of the 6 counties of our service area. And we will be investing in the capacity of the 1,000 plus community partners who support us. When the infrastructure is strong and vast, a great deal can be accomplished. All of this designed to help get people out of the line. We cannot continue to build these massive distribution centers. We've got to begin to work on, and our focus has got to be the root cause of food insecurity. The great misunderstanding is people do not want to have to rely on this service, but there are simply circumstances in life that overwhelm people, and they have to have us. This morning, some of you were blanketed with snow, and it's cold, but all across this community, there are families going to community resource centers and support centers getting food but for that center, they would be hungry. They would be without food. Folks, I know that routine because I was raised on food stamps. And let me encourage and assure you that if you don't fully understand the mission, come out here and spend a day with us, and we will baptize you, I promise you. Today you see the vision. This food market, these 16 services aimed at supporting the poor, the homeless, the disenfranchised, the marginalized, the neglected. And we believe our mission is critical to the future of our community. Our heartfelt appreciation to everyone who supported and contributed to this campaign. We look at this achievement, and we all need to give ourselves a rousing hand of appreciation. Though we have surpassed the capital campaign goal, we continue to fundraise, to stock the shelves. Look around. You are in this healthy choice market, and we want to raise about $500,000 a year to stock these shelves. Believe me, we want to see these shelves drained, and we want to refill them every day and every night and every week, because that's what the people in need in this community expect and hope for. And we want to be here we want them to count on us when the need is really real. We've also got a very special group. It's called the Women's Campaign, and it is led by Nan Cohen, Karen Ganaway, Mara Kamat, Shelby Siegel, Robin Davenport, and Fiona Chambers. They've raised almost $250,000, and they're still active, moving toward a $500,000 goal. And so just think about, as you see this new addition to our arsenal of support for the people. You know the distribution and the boxed and packaged food, but take a look now at the fresh, healthy choices that people in need have. Truly remarkable. We look forward to sharing our progress and the impact of this project as we go forward. You can count on hearing from us and being kept up with what's happening. So right now, it is my privilege to bring to the podium the most important speaker of the day, and in fact, in my opinion, the most important person in this room. She is literally without equal. For 4 years now, relentless, focused, pulling, pushing, cajoling, pleading, begging, demanding, whatever verb you can think of. She has done it, and that's who she is. Here is the incomparable Kristen Warzoka, President and CEO of the Food Bank.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Howard has gone off script again. I will say the begging part was true. Good morning. Thank you all so much. Look, we've got a standing room only crowd, and we are so thrilled to have you here this morning at the ribbon cutting for our new Community Resource Center. We are excited, over the moon, to celebrate the collaborative, caring service that's going to be provided to our neighbors right here on South Waterloo Road. I want to start by sharing my deep gratitude to each and every one of you here today, and to the many friends and partners who couldn't be here today. Each and every one of you played an important role in bringing this building and this project and the food bank's mission to life. Members of our board of directors, our Community Resource Center partners, our volunteers, elected officials, and generous supporters of this transformational expansion project, you have gotten us to this important milestone for not just the food bank, but for the community. Your generosity has always been extraordinary, but the past few years' contributions have been truly humbling. Thank you so very much. Thank you, too, to the incredible volunteers who've served on committees, provided guidance and advice as we've pulled this project together. Your time and perspective have meant the world to us. I, of course, also want to specifically recognize Howard and Manisha. They have been extraordinary co-chairs of our campaign. And their contributions are not just a testament to the importance of our expansion plans, but they are inspiring examples of the generosity that is so characteristic of our Greater Cleveland Food Bank. Thank you for giving your time and your hearts to this project over the years. I also want to take a moment to recognize Ms. Mary Levine Butler, our VP of External Affairs. Also known as MLB, she waited to retire to see this project through to fruition. Mary's last day with the food bank after 7.5 years of extraordinary service is this Friday, and her impact has been amazing. I want to thank all the elected officials in the room. Thank you for making time out of your busy schedules to be here with us today. They have stood with us over the years as partners in our work and have also helped make this transformational expansion project a reality. This Community Resource Center was made possible thanks to a strong public-private partnership spearheaded by many of the legislators in the room today. Now, the most recent public commitment and the largest to date is a $10 million ARPA commitment from the state of Ohio. This wouldn't have happened without the leadership and dedication of Senator Matt Dolan, of Representative Bride Rose Sweeney, and of Chairman Jay Edwards, all of whom are here with us today. There you are. Thanks also to our New Market Tax Credit partners, Truist, the Northeast Ohio Development Fund, Betsy Figge, Porter Wright Morrison Arthur, and Novogradac, who helped us secure tax credits, resulting in significant support for this facility. Now, in addition to the state of Ohio's support, the city of Cleveland provided $5 million in support a number of years ago. Thank you. And Cuyahoga County did the same. Thank you to our friends at the county. And Congresswoman Shontel Brown secured $4 million in community project funding through the federal appropriations process with help from Senator Sherrod Brown. Thank you. This public, as well as private support, brought us to our $79 million project goal, and we are just so grateful. I also want to thank our board of directors for their critical leadership of our work, in our mission, and in this project. You've contributed your time, your talent, and your resources to help the food bank fulfill its mission. I am humbled and grateful to work alongside Riddy Klein, our executive committee, and each and every member of our board of directors. Can I ask our board members to please stand up? Stand up. Joe, stand up. And to our staff, I am enormously proud of the hard work of our committed team over the years. So much time has been spent not just responding to a pandemic, but planning for our new partner distribution hub over on Coit, our community resource center here today, and the 2 more community resource centers that are to come. Our teams worked tirelessly to ensure that we have some of Northeast Ohio's finest and most well-respected nonprofit partners co-locating here at the Community Resource Center. And they had the wonderful help of my predecessor, Ann Goodman, who helped to bring everyone together. I am so excited to share this moment with you all, and so proud of our staff and our partners for the effort that they have poured into this project. And finally, as we stand here today in this beautiful, reimagined building, I want to recognize our planning and building partners, the DiGeronimo Companies, Independence Construction, Van Auken Aiken Architects, NV5, and Osborne Engineering. They and others have been working against a very aggressive schedule, as the need for our services is so urgent, and the holidays are almost upon us, our busiest time of year. I'm also grateful to the creative teams at Agnes Studio in West Camp, who designed and installed the beautiful graphics you see here in our market and also in our lobby. They will inspire us daily. Every one of our neighbors deserves the chance to thrive, and big challenges require big solutions. The Greater Cleveland Food Bank is proud to lead the fight against hunger in our region, and of our growing work to address hunger today, tomorrow, and for a lifetime. The Community Resource Center provides a unique opportunity for so many nonprofits to collaborate and to work together to address the root causes not only of hunger, but of poverty in Greater Cleveland. This new space, we believe, can serve as a national model for other food banks and other communities across the country. You know, our fiscal year just ended on September 30th, and we served more than 400,000 unique individuals across our 6-county service area. But 541,000 people are income eligible for food from the food bank and our network of 1,000 program partners. We need to reduce the number of people who need us and also make sure that everyone who needs us is served. Hunger is often the symptom of another problem. And as the need for food remains high in this time of high costs of living, our neighbors continue to face challenges in the areas of employment, housing, and healthcare. But by having access to resources that address these challenges all in one location, along with other supportive services, we can reduce the barriers that our neighbors face and reduce the number of people who need to be in line for emergency food in the future. By creating improved access to a variety of resources, we can also enhance and improve the reach and capacity of some of our nonprofit partners whose work connects to the underlying causes of poverty and food insecurity, leading to improved economic stability that will empower people to thrive and make our collective community stronger. As Howard mentioned earlier, our work is not done, and we look forward to keeping you updated on our progress. We promise to keep you informed with phase 3 of our expansion campaign. And now, I want to introduce a shining star of the food bank, one of my amazing colleagues, Joy on 2 feet, our very own Tiffany Scruggs, VP of Community Access. VP of Community Access and Executive Director of our Community Resource Center.
Okay, happy Wednesday. Wow, what a phenomenal introduction. Thank you so much, Kristen. Whew. You all know a lot of passion runs through this body. A lot of passion. So it's going to be a couple tears. I need you to know that. Because we have worked hard. And we are going to serve our community with the highest dignity and respect. And with inclusion. Whew. All right, so I'm going to try my best to stick to my talking points so that I don't delay the program, all right? But you're here. We have created our Community Resource Center, a place where our neighbors in need will have the opportunity to be empowered and thrive. And as I look out into the audience, I see my father and mother and children, and I was supposed to start by paying homage to them. Mama's crying. My parents and children and family, thank you for your continued support. Kenneth Martin, Darling Martin, Jayla Scruggs, Persia Jr. All right, back to the show. So we will operate a healthy choice market, as you've heard, making sure that our neighbors have access with healthy items and other services on evenings and weekends as well, to be thoughtful about working families or families who just have the desire to get here outside of your traditional 9 to 5 hours. We need to make sure our families not only have access to healthy and nutritious foods, but as you saw the display, learn about how to prepare those items as well. And so we also will have local chefs join us to execute different cooking demonstrations and provide recipes. But we'll hear from our neighbors on some of the recipes as well. Our outreach team, can I get a second? The outreach team who's involved this work, just give a quick wave, because those are the staff that will be here to navigate our neighbors through this space. Thank you, team, for what you've done to help to connect tens of thousands of families to crucial resources, including SNAP, which is food stamps. Where's my buddy Kevin Gowan? Kevin Gowan, Director of Cuyahoga County Jobs and Family Services, is in the building, and they will be here to help approve benefits and widen access. Thank you, Chris, again. But there's more. We didn't just create this model in a box. We reached out to different colleagues across different states to understand some of their approaches. But guess who we asked? Our neighbors. We surveyed thousands of our neighbors over a 2-year period, and we listened to truly understand. Outside of the 3 main reasons that people come to our doors, we've heard it: employment, housing, and healthcare related. What about clothing? What about legal services? What about access to technology? So we've done just that to really be thoughtful about addressing the root causes of hunger. So we are so excited to welcome our anchor partners, and I will list them as you see here on the sign. Cleveland Housing Network Partners, Towards Employment, Metro Health, Shoes and Clothes for Kids, Family Connections, Legal Aid Society of Cleveland, Benjamin Rose, College Now, Diaper Bank of Greater Cleveland, Future Plans, Magnet, Cuyahoga Community College, Ohio Means Jobs, in Cuyahoga County Department of Health and Human Services, which are Jobs and Family Services as well, and United Way 211. Let's give our partners a hand. So tomorrow, we will begin to provide services to the community, to a safe, welcoming, optimistic environment where everyone will be treated with dignity and respect, and I want to hone in on that point. So I am just thrilled for our new space. I promised Chris and I would only do 2 woos, so here they go. Woo! Woo! One more. Woo! Woo! So I want to take the opportunity, someone who's been very close to the project, but very close to my heart since day one. She was assigned as my food bank buddy, and that allows for mentorship, but now she's also my leader and sister from another mister. Here is Jess Morgan, Chief Programs Officer. Please come up so that we can begin to recognize those who will help cut the ribbon. Give me a hug, girl.
You can see the resemblance, right, between Tiff and I. Good morning. My name is Jess Morgan, and I serve as our Chief Programs Officer. It has been the honor of a lifetime to work on this project alongside so many people that I trust and respect and who are so passionate about serving the community, and I cannot wait to get started. Before we cut the ribbon, just a couple of announcements. Ribbon cutters. When you're done cutting the ribbon, you're not done. You can't leave. We got jobs for you to do. We have a task. As Tiff mentioned, our pantry, our market opens tomorrow. And we have 2 more shelves to stock. So we're going to ask that you stick around and you help us put the final finishing touches on this beautiful market. And to our guests, as soon as the ribbon has been cut, our program concludes. You are welcome to get up from your seats, tour the space. We have cookies and coffee in the lobby. Many of our staff are around the building, happy to answer your questions, and many of our anchor nonprofit partners are here and would love to say hello to you. So now it's time to cut the ribbon. As I was reviewing the ribbon cutting list, I had 2 thoughts that I wanted to share with you. First is, wow, this is a very impressive list of people. So many of these individuals played such an important role in helping to bring this vision to reality, and we are so grateful. And then the second thought was, wow, this is a lot of people. And so I wondered, do we have the longest ribbon cutting line in the history of ribbon cutting lines? So I turned to Google, as one does, and in fact, we do not. Yeah, I know. In 2006, here's some fun facts for you. In 2006, 4,200 people helped cut the ribbon at an opening of a computer service center in the Maldives. And in 2013, a ribbon over 5.5 miles long stretched along the Jersey Shore when beaches reopened after Hurricane Sandy. So I'd like for you to soak those 2 fun facts in as I read off our list. We do have a long list, but not that long. As I announce each of our ribbon cutters, I ask that you please head towards the back. Karen is going to raise her hand. So those of you on this side can see Karen. Those of you on this side cannot see Karen. She has a blue shirt on with a black blazer, and she will be standing there waving her hand. Please find her, and she will help, and our staff will help to guide you to your spots. So first, I would like to invite our campaign co-chairs, Howard and Manisha, our construction committee chair, Joe Duraco, and our wonderful board chair, Riddy Klein. If you could please find Karen in the back to find your spots. Second, Ron, don't sit down. Ron, don't sit down. Second, I'd like to welcome very special friends and supporters of the food bank, Ron and Marlene Radzitsky. This beautiful market is named after their family, and we are so, so grateful for your support. Next, I'd like to welcome Senator Matt Dolan, Representative Bride Rose Sweeney, who have truly been champions of this work. They have been huge supporters of the food bank for so many years, and we are so grateful. Next up, our County Executive Chris Ronayne and City of Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb. Both of these gentlemen are honorary co-chairs of our Harvest for Hunger campaign and have been longtime food bank friends and supporters, and we are so, so grateful for everything you have done. Thank you. I'd like to ask some of our amazing food bank leadership team to join, led of course by Kristen Warzoka, our president and CEO, Mary Levin Butler, our vice president of philanthropy, and Tiffany Scruggs, our VP of Community Access and Executive Director of the Community Resource Center. And finally, for the rest of our elected officials and our Community Resource Center partners, when I call your name, please head back by the produce coolers. We're going to start with Michelle Rose from Ohio Means Jobs, Lee Friedman, College Now, Denise Reading, Future Plans, Dr. Kate Nagel with the Metro Health System, Alexis Kim, Family Connections, Nikisha Wells, Diaper Bank of Greater Cleveland, Kevin Nowak, CHN Housing Partners, County Councilwoman Meredith Turner, County Council Vice President Cheryl Stevens, City Council President Blaine Griffin, City Councilman Mike Polensek, City Councilman Anthony Hairston, Sharon Sobel Jordan, United Way, Monica Lloyd, Shoes and Clothes for Kids, Colleen Cotter, Legal Aid, Jill Razika, Towards Employment, India Pierce Lee, Cuyahoga Community College, Orion Bell, Benjamin Rose, Lissy Rand, Magnet, City Councilwoman Stephanie House Jones, Councilman Jack Schron, Representative Sean Brennan, Representative Dan Troy, Representative Elliot Forhan, and Mayor Richard Bain.
All right, I think we're ready. Does everybody have their scissors? Yes? All right, I am going to count down 3, 2, 1. When we get to 1, you're going to cut on 1. Are we ready? All right, everybody. 3, 2, 1.